Well, hello. Happy
Hi.
Sunday. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday.
Sing those vocals.
Um,
Sing those vocals. But
Girl, no, I've
it's
been
been a
dealing
long
with
week.
it. Honestly, I think it's just the gear up into the holiday season. Halloween is right around the corner, and I kind of feel like shit is bonkers at this moment in time. I think this is my weekend, my calm before the storm, before like shit
Oh.
goes haywire. I haven't done much this weekend. I've been really laying low. Those period hormone thingies are fucking all over the place right now.
I honestly, this weekend has been the best because all I did this weekend is just lay. I got up, went to the gym the past couple days, came back, and just lay in my bed and watched TV. And it was beautiful. I ran a couple errands, like little quick errands, but I was like relaxing. And that's the best thing I can actually
Isn't
say
that
for a weekend.
nice? You know what? I did
Yeah,
that yesterday too.
it
I
was
made it
beautiful.
from I made it from the bed to the couch,
See?
back to the bed, back to the couch, back to the bed.
I literally didn't I did everything I thought I needed to do. I worked on some stuff for Slay AF, which we have a promo
Yes.
going on right
We
now.
do have a promo going on for anybody. It's to the end of October, so you better take advantage of it. We are offering buy one get two for free for social media marketing and management. You get one platform in which we would take over for 3 months and help you market and manage whatever it is that you're doing for your business on there. So yeah, promo ends October 31st.
Our shameless plug right there. But yeah, I did that real quick and I'm just chilling. I'm also having like lunch with my college friends, which is great. But besides that, it's cold out here. It's getting like fall in the Bay Area, which is nice. I love the holidays. Everyone who knows me knows I'm only truly happy around the holiday season. Like I'm truly happy. Like, I could be happy throughout the year, like, "Oh, happy, happy," like, but I could be truly so goddamn happy, it's disgusting. I'm like a kid. I'm, like, happy around like, around Christmas, I'm, like, your best person in the world. I'm happy. No one can break my spirit. Like, I am so excited
Beyonce
for
over
the
there. No
holidays.
one can break my
Uh,
soul.
really so, like, I am the happiest person after, like once November 1st hits, I'm just happy. But
Girl,
December, oh, I'm happy.
I mean, I love the holidays too, but it don't even feel like anything. Like it's bright and sunny and 74 in LA right now. Like
See,
what?
it's cold. It's cold outside. Like it doesn't. I haven't been outside yet, but it looks windy. It's like foggy, which is like overcast, which is like nice. It's like more like my fall clothes because I look good in fall clothes. I love a
Fall
sweater. I
clothes
love a
is
boot.
comfy. They're comfy. But yeah, so Halloween is right around the corner.
Yes.
And I haven't figured out what the hell I'm doing yet, let alone a costume.
Wait. Well, it's Kalani's birthday that day, so you have
It's
something like special to
Kaylani's
do.
birthday, so Kaylani's coming to LA this weekend with her and her husband. We're gonna have like friends hang out, birthday, all this kind of stuff, but we don't really know what we're doing. We both just talked to each other yesterday, and I was like, I don't have a fucking costume. And she's like, yeah, I don't either. And I was like, shit,
I
we should
forgot.
figure this out.
I forgot the Halloween's this close. Like when you said next weekend, I was like, oh, yeah, it's next weekend. Like technically,
Oh,
that's the
yeah.
part of the weekend you go out. And I can also tell you, I have no plans. Like I had to dress up for work for like a costume thing at work, and 'cause I'm in the office like twice a week, so like I had to dress up like wear a costume, like a little costume.
Oh,
I can also
shit.
tell you, I was a mix between a ladybug and a cat. I don't know what was going on. I just found some heads.
You
I
were
just
a
found out.
mix between a ladybug and a cat? How does that
Because, like, at first I was going for a cat, but I couldn't find cat ears. So I saw these like little like these little like ladybug ears. And then one of my friends at work, like she's amazing at makeup. So I had her do like my ladybug spots on my face. And we just did that. And that was my contribution to being part of the Halloween spirit. Because honestly, I haven't done Halloween since I was like in grad school. Because every Halloween, I'm either sick or something comes up and I'm like, I don't have any
or you're
plans. So I
hurt?
will
I feel like you end up
something.
getting
I'm always
hurt.
I'll have a procedure around Halloween. I have like a standard procedure every Halloween that I have to get and I just don't have plans for. So like this next week I have a procedure, a little standard procedure, same thing, and I have to do that. But besides that, like I haven't dressed up for Halloween in like years.
You know, I'm gonna be honest with you. If Kaylani's birthday was not on Halloween or like even around it,
You
I
wouldn't do
would
anything.
not do Halloween. I would not do
No.
Halloween.
Okay, but I remember growing up, I still, like, love dressing up for Halloween. I have some, like, cool costumes. But, like, yeah, I have like, the last time I dressed up for Halloween, like, beside like, going out with, like, the crew and stuff was probably, like, a baseball player because it was easy. Someone had a Giants jersey on, I just put that on, and that
Look
was
at you.
it.
You're just like low maintenance as fuck. You're like, whatever.
Yes.
It is
Or
what it is.
I was, like, a schoolgirl for, like, one
Oh my
Halloween in college.
gosh.
One time I was, like, the morning after, which is, like, painful. 'Cause that's easy to put on, like, the morning after of, like, a long night, you look like you're going through college dorms. But, yeah, like, Halloween growing up as a kid, like, my mom and my dad had us in some fire costumes, though.
Okay.
They did.
Well, before we start segueing into our own Halloween memories,
Oh god.
our assistant producer Gabby,
Shout out to
hilarious.
Gabby.
Shout out to Gabby. She pulled some photos that we're gonna have Collin, our editor, put up on screen. And we're
Oh
gonna go
god.
through, and I'm so interested in seeing what you think these costumes are.
So, you sent me these images, and I'm at the gym this morning with, like, one of my, like, really good friends, Marsha, like, my workout buddy who's my neighbor, and I was like I looked at the photo, I was like, "What the hell are these images supposed to be?" Like, I don't know any of these
I
pictures.
knew that was the
At first, I was
point.
like, "Is this?" At first, I was like, "'Cause you didn't put no context at first, you sent a picture." And I was like, "Is this supposed to be Heather when she was a kid?" I had no idea for the first, like, 2 minutes. And I was like, "What is this?" Like, I
I
was
was
like,
like,
"I have
because
no
I
clue."
sent the explanation afterwards because
And I
I
was
was just
like,
like, look,
"Wait."
I sent Chauncey these pictures and I was like, look, there's only like 4 of them. And I was like, I want us to discuss these pictures. I want you to try and figure out who these kids are trying to be. These are DIY costumes. And I'm sure
Okay.
all of us have been there when we were kids, right? All of us have been there, DIY costumes, or mom and dad got busy, or you forgot, and you're like, or you're like trying to be creative and it just went to the left.
Okay.
So,
I have the pictures on my screen so I can look at them when you're talking to them. I'm ready. I'm
so
ready
we're
because I'm
gonna start with
scared.
this pink blob.
Okay. So when I first saw it, I was convinced it was something from Pokemon.
Stop.
Okay, like that little pink thing they have. I don't know Pokemon really.
I don't
I
know
know
Pokemon really anymore.
I really
Oh
don't. But
god.
it's the reason why I don't because my name is Chauncey and it's a Pokemon named Chauncer or something like that. So as a child, I was
Oh,
against Pokemon.
Charizard?
Yeah, Chars, something like that. I don't know. It's
Charizard.
not. Yeah, so that was like a nickname I had in middle school or elementary. So no, but I thought that was Pokemon. What is it supposed to be?
Really?
Yeah,
I think the Pokemon you're trying to refer to is like
the pink
Flurry or
one.
something like that. Flurry,
You
but
could say
I see
Magic
it in my
School Bus.
head. I can't remember exactly like what the freaking name of the Pokemon is, but I'm sure we can find it. Colin can Colin can find
Like, what
it.
is it? What
I
is
think it's
it?
called Flurry. But anyway, so this
You
costume
could say anything to me.
when I first saw this costume, I was like, is he supposed to be like gum or something?
Ooh,
Right? And I was like,
okay, I can see
"Oh,
that.
okay." And then and
What
then
is
below
it?
it, he's supposed to be cotton candy.
Where's the fluff? Where's the fluff? Like, where is, like, the cotton balls at least?
He just looks
Where
like freaking like a piece of gum smashed underneath a desk.
like that. Like, honestly, you know what? It kinda you know what? It's giving the piece of gum on the desk. What year
It
are this
really
costume?
is.
Like,
I don't
what year are
know.
these? These
I
have to be
don't
old
know.
school,
You know what?
right?
I did not get context, but it was hilarious. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay, cotton
Next
ball, okay.
photo. Next photo. Okay. This one I could kind of make out a little bit more. This youngin is dressed as like an animal, like this gray animal. It looks like an
Okay,
animal.
I thought werewolf.
You thought werewolf.
I
I
thought werewolf or Monsters, Inc. I was between a
or
couple. What's falling in
Monsters
them?
Inc.
I don't know. If I knew what year these pictures were made, I would get better context. But in my eyes, it's like the 80s. So it could be like, oh, where the wild things are, where the wild things are.
Ooh,
The
oh,
book.
okay,
Yes.
okay. You know what? I could see that. I could see that. I
Okay.
100% see that.
Okay. I
Actually,
love
this
that book.
this youngin is a koala.
Wait, what? Like
It
Australia
looks like a
koalas?
I think a koala.
You know what? I can see with the ears now. It's still getting werewolf though. He missed the opportunity. He missed the opportunity to be wild where the wild things are. He missed the opportunity, but it's cute. Okay. I really think it's
Okay,
like the 1980s
okay.
photos.
Next one with the two kids dressed up. It looks like garbage bags.
They are, aren't they?
I'm pretty sure they're garbage bags. But what do you think their costume's supposed to be?
Is there a flower in their hair?
No,
Because it's looking like
those are the ties
oh,
for the top of
shut the
this
fuck
the
up.
trash bags.
Oh, okay. Then I guess it's giving rocks next to a
Wrong.
palm tree.
Okay,
Next
so
to a
I think
palm
the
tree.
palm tree is not part of their
Well, the
costume.
scene was set up as a palm tree and some goddamn rocks. Okay, so that's what the scene was looking
I
like.
think it's their front door because there's like a pumpkin and a door behind.
Okay, what is it?
Chauncey, they're raisins.
Not the California raisins. Not the California raisins. I used to hate that commercial.
Oh my god.
I used to hate the California commercial. Like, I'll age myself right now. I remember back in the movie theaters, like before the previews, they'll show like the California raisin commercials, and I used to hate them. That it looked like Jermaine Jackson's hair, and I hated that. And I hate the California raisins. They're nasty. I'm sorry if you're a raisin person. God bless you, 'cause I fucking hate them.
Oh god. I was like, do you know
Aw.
that was the mom and dad who were like, "Oops, we
Oop,
forgot or we ran out of
last minute,
time or you know what,
last minute.
we don't got the budget for costumes this year. You going to be raisins."
Okay, let's
let
do
me
this.
just
Let's do
let me
this.
just cut some holes in a trash bag and that's where
You
you're
know what?
at.
I have to give the creativity where credit is due. Okay, they said let's try this. I get it. I get it. You know what? Looking back at it, it still looks like a piece of
I
rock.
want to know. I want to know how they sold this costume to their kids because, like, could you imagine? I'd be like, "Mom, that's a trash bag," and be like, "No, honey,
No,
you're gonna be a raisin." Like,
no. Like I'm like
what kid do you know wants to be a raisin?
these pictures are giving like 70s, 80s. So I would say maybe it was working for them. They look really happy in the photo. They do.
Well, the girl doesn't. The boy
The other on the
does.
right, she's like, I'm done with y'all. But the one on the
She's
left,
like,
she's like,
"What are you
yeah, let's
doing to
do it.
me?"
I just said the
The
girl on the
other,
right is not. The
her
girl on the
brother's just
right
like, "I'm about it. Let's go get some candy."
no, the one on the right, I'm turning out she does not celebrate Halloween to this day. She is still upset about this
Like,
costume.
look her, she is
I could
deadpan,
tell.
staring into
I
the
could
camera,
tell.
like, "You got me fucked up."
She's like, uh-huh. She looks, this is broke. This is broke down for me. And then
Oh
next
my
to a
god. Okay, the next
oh,
and last one. This girl, she don't look very happy either. But what do you think she is?
I don't know because it looks like the clock is from the 70s in the background. So I don't know if it's like if she's going for like a rock star in like the 80s. I don't know. Is it giving Def Leppard? Is it giving if it I don't know what to say because this is I don't
Because she
know.
has like, it looks
Face
like
tattoos.
like a face tattoo or like lipstick writing on her face. It looks like she got, the plastic top to like a soda,
Oh,
you
she's
know.
garbage. She's garbage.
She trash
Yes.
the
Yeah, she's
she
trying to like
close. She
what is it?
is the movie theater floor.
Oh, shout out to this costume. That's fucking creative as hell. That shit's disgusting. Have you ever looked at the movie theater floor? It's disgusting. Like, it is disgusting. Shout out to her parents. I don't know why the face
She
tattoos are on her face though. I don't know what that's about.
I guess maybe like some people write on the back of chairs or on the wall or something.
I have never seen that in my movie theaters
Neither have
before.
I. I don't want to. What movie theater is she going through? Going
I
to
don't
is my
even
question.
well, look at the clock in the background. It's giving 1970s, 1980s when people are real creative with the
Yeah,
time.
it's given 80s for sure.
The clock.
I definitely say, shout out for the creativity because it looks
I
like there's
love
like
that.
candy wrappers and all that shit that's like stuck to her, and
You
she's
know
wearing like
for
a
a
black sweatshirt.
You know for a fact she's not celebrating Halloween no more. She's done.
I
Look at
just
her
want to
face.
know why she looks so irritated.
Wouldn't you want to be irritated too if your mom dressed you up like a goddamn floor of the movie theater floor? I would
What
be
if
so
that was like
upset.
her idea? I mean, it's a creative as fuck idea.
It's honestly it's pretty dope. So I understand. Okay.
Ugh,
That okay.
okay. So
Okay. That was
that
fun.
leads me to ask you though, What are some of your favorite Halloween, like, costumes as a kid? Where do you
Okay.
think you went right, or where do you think you went wrong?
Okay, so I remember I was Catwoman when I was like 3 or 4. I don't have pictures of the costume. I went to my uncle's Halloween party and I remember I was Catwoman and I looked super cute. But I don't have any pictures. I remember I was Snow White in first grade or second grade. I was Snow White and I was like, I remember some kids said something like this. Well, you can't be Snow White because you're not white. My mom thought this the
Oh,
fuck she can. Yes. And I looked adorable. Oh, I
rude.
looked so cute, my little costume on. And then second
Aw.
grade, I wanted to be the Pink Ranger from Power Rangers. Yes, I was obsessed with Power Rangers.
Who
Obsessed. But
wasn't?
that shit was sold out everywhere. I had my mom in the streets looking for this at every local store to give me this costume, and they did not have it. And all my friends were so upset we couldn't be the Pink Ranger. We're the Yellow Ranger. And that was not given to us. We wanted to be the Pink Ranger. And then one time I was God, what was I? Um I was a hippie a couple times.
That's yeah.
I had really long hair in middle school, so I was like a hippie. And then I was a Nookie girl from the Fred Durst videos. I did it all for the Nookie. Yeah, with the red hat and tank top.
Stop
Man, I forgot.
it.
Yeah. What else? Yes, I was that. Let me think. God, I had some good costumes. Like I was a witch, of course. Everyone was a witch.
Yeah, that's a
I was a
given.
50s. I was a 50s girl.
Okay,
Like with
okay.
a pink lady shirt, like the jacket and
Yeah.
everything. It's like part of our like school thing, but yeah, like I think I had some pretty nice costumes. My sister had the best costumes. So she was Mulan at one time. She was Little
Ooh.
Mermaid. She was my mom. She was really down for the creativity.
You know what?
Okay,
Shout
she
out
just
to
made us look right.
Patricia.
She would make us look right. But yeah, honestly, like yeah, middle school was just fun. Like you were like hippie outfits or like the Fred Durst costume. Yes,
I
I was. Yeah.
remember, let's see here. I had like the Power Ranger costume too, but
Oh
I
yes,
wanted to be the Yellow Ranger and I couldn't find that shit nowhere.
you should have came to my town. You should have came to my
Nowhere. It was
town.
always the Pink Ranger. And I was like, this is not what I wanted to be, but I settled.
I was God. I'm so upset on this
Um
day. To this day, I want the
and
costume.
and then what was I afterwards? I was Queen Amidala from
Oh, that's
Star
so cute.
Wars.
Yes,
Um, I was Jasmine from
Aladdin.
Aladdin. Thank you. I was like, "Fuck, what's that
Yes.
movie?" And then what else was I? Oh, as I got older, I've always like done Halloween. I've actually really liked Halloween. It's just as an adult, it requires effort, so sometimes it's just like
It's too much
too
work.
lazy.
Too much. It's
But
too much
as I
work,
got older,
yeah.
I still did it. I was like a clown, like with a
Oh,
really
shit.
big like pink hoop skirt. It
Oh,
had
you
polka
really did
dots on
it.
it, and I had like clown shoes, and I
Oh, you
painted
actually
my
did
face.
it.
Oh, I did it. If I committed, I committed. Okay.
Yeah, you're way better than me.
I what else did have I done? I think what else did I do? Oh, for in high school, we were like I had a group of us that went like trick or treating in my neighborhood. I think we were sophomores. But we were pimps and hoes.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope. That's
So there was
dope.
like a
Like,
gang of us that like went trick or treating
see,
around my
that'll be fun.
neighborhood.
I rem
Uh
that would be fun, though. That would be
That
fun.
was that was fun. That was, like, such a fun, little outing. Like, shout out to those high school peeps. That was fun. Like, everybody else who still wanted to freaking get dressed up and go trick or treating, they were like, "Aren't you a
No.
little old?" I was like,
No.
"No.
I
No."
just don't I'm trying to think. I know I had a favorite costume growing up, like, a favorite one that I was like, "This is it." I just can't I just, like it came to me and then, like, let go of my mind. But it was, like, a fun costume. Like, it was, like, one of my
It was
favorites.
I will say that after I met Kaylani is when I had to like take my because she is a costume person. She's like, if you come
Yes.
to my birthday, you are committing. I don't want any of this half-ass bullshit. And I get it. I get it. Okay. This is like you got to commit, and
And
that's
this
fine.
and this is
So
why I've
she
never been
made
invited.
me
I
she's like,
am
"You
not
come
doing
in with
that.
the fucking creativity like I ain't fucking having it." And so she did a themed Alice in Wonderland for her birthday,
I remember,
and
yeah.
I was the Queen of Hearts. Ooh, that costume was so itchy.
Yeah.
But I like definitely did it. There was I had to like I think I bought the costume on like Walmart or something online or something
Damn, you
because I
actually
was like I
dedicated
did
yourself.
not want to pay like 60 something dollars for for a costume. I was like I'll just
Why
buy this
would
one.
you?
It's like 30, 35 bucks, whatever, that's fine.
Why
And I
would
bought it
you?
and it fit, but it was so itchy cuz I had that like itchy tulle material underneath it all and I was like, "Oh
Ugh,
my god, this is so itchy." But I did it.
ugh,
I freaking committed. And then we did Squid
proud.
Games the other year
Oh,
for
yeah, that
her.
was
And we
fun.
had all those costumes, all those like jumpsuits custom made. Like they were made down the street
That's
here.
crazy.
Oh
That's like
my god,
dedication.
the commitment. That's what she says like there's no half ass. If you are here, you are here.
That's the commitment I do yeah, honestly, I think when I have kids for sure, like, I'll totally do whatever they want for their costumes because I want them to experience like I had growing up, like, a great like, my mom, like, did her thing and made sure we had cool costumes and we loved them. But, yeah, I'm not, like
It
I'm just
was,
not the Halloween
you
person.
know, it takes a lot of
I go
effort.
out
Like,
for Halloween. I love to go out, like, if we're going out to, like to a, like, some kinda event, I'm totally down for. But, yeah, I'm just not, like, a Halloween dress up. I think when I have
sometimes
kids.
I don't do a lot of like sexy Halloween. I end up doing a lot of funny Halloween.
See, that's how
Like
that's fun. It's
I
fun.
just do I don't really do sexy Halloween. I think one year like and I did a lot of DIY costumes in San Francisco. Like I used
Yeah,
to
'cause
go
it's
out with a lot of
easy.
the people from the gym.
Yeah, it's like
And
I was a baseball
I
player one
was
time.
exactly. I was a
It's
robber.
easy. I remember
I
that
was
one.
Batman.
Okay.
I was and like I just went to like Forever 21 and got an all black dress and like sewed on a
It's
little
super
Batman
easy.
logo. And then I was Allison. I was the White Rabbit from Alice in Wonderland. I was like it
You
was a
actually,
lot of
like
DIY costumes.
you did a lot. I was just, like,
Ooh,
baseball
I
outfit,
actually did
football
do a
player.
lot.
Yeah, I was a football player because someone had a jersey, I was a baseball player. I was a schoolgirl in college, and that was, like, my sexy Halloween costume, a schoolgirl,
Uh-huh.
and that was, like, cute. And then I was, like, always a hippie. So I had, like it was just, like, bell bottoms
You
and,
know
like, a
what?
tank top, it was
What
fine.
do you call yourself? You're like a
I'm a trap
boho.
star bohemian hippie. Like, I have, like
Exactly. So that it's easily accessible.
just easily I already have outfits, it's fine. But, yeah, I think Halloween, like, it's a fun time, and I have to go get candy because I live in an apartment, so I wanna make sure I have like, candy for the kids when they come trick or treating.
You know what? We don't really get a lot of the trick or treaters in my building, but we got kids. You know what? I might get candy this year. We'll
Because
see.
I wasn't here Halloween like, I was in this apartment, but I was, like, out I think I was in LA that weekend for Halloween last year, so I wasn't here, but I there's hella kids on my floor, and they're always so sweet, so I'm like, "Go get me some
Well,
candy." Like,
Halloween's on a Tuesday, so
they'll be around. And I work from home, so I know
yeah.
they're gonna be like a little they have like a thing in my leasing office, like a Halloween thing for the kids, so, like, I
Oh,
might, like, just bring candy for
fun.
them, like, and just, like, pop back into work on my
That's
lunch break.
cute.
I
Well,
tried.
speaking of
They're
Halloween and
sweet
all of our
kids.
stories, I
Oh
have a few
god.
stories for us that go in line with
Okay,
Halloween and just like some of the funny things that end up happening. Cause All Hallows Eve, some shit always goes down, right?
let's
So
do
I
it.
just picked out a few that I wanted to share because I thought it was
Okay,
fucking hilarious.
go for
So
it.
some of the weird Halloween stories. Are you ready? I
Ready.
had a kid come to my door later than all the other kids. He was dressed in all red. He didn't say trick or treat, didn't say anything. Only thing he'd said was, "I'm your period. Sorry I'm late."
Oh, that's cute. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good
I
one.
was
That's a
like,
good
"Oh
one.
my god, the
That's a good one.
creativity." Oh
That's
my
a
god, I
good
love
fucking
it.
one. That's a good one.
That
Okay.
is really good. Okay, next one.
I'm
Jimmy
late.
Fallon actually shared this one. It
Okay.
says in 1994, I went to a party where three people dressed up as David Hasselhoff from Baywatch. At one
Yes.
point, someone accidentally fell into a pool, and all of the Hasselhoffs jumped in to save him.
You know
Can you
what? They were staying true
imagine
to
that?
character. Staying true to character. Because Baywatch was like the like show back then. They did their thing. I'm proud of them because if they would have stayed behind, that would have been fucked up to the character. Dave, I used to watch Baywatch sometimes, like on the like when I was a kid. Like I don't know why, it's like be on TV, and David Hasselhoff was up there saving people. So yes, they had an
He was
obligation.
doing it. He was doing I had the biggest crush on Jason Momoa's character there. Like
Okay, see, I forget that he was only thing I remember about
he was a
Baywatch.
youngin, but he was a snack.
I just know like Pamela Anderson, Brooke Burke, and that's all. And like the son who played him, like the son of David Hasselhoff. But I don't remember the show like that well. I just know like certain episodes. But yeah,
I
they
just
had to
remember
jump
being
in.
like, "That boy is cute."
Well, he was very attractive. We're never gonna knock Jason Momoa
Um
for that. Never.
okay. One time, my mom decided to do a full witch costume, green face and all. The neighbor asked, "Finally dressed up as your true self, huh?" She said, "No, I just modeled myself after your wife's wedding photos."
Oh,
We don't talk to them anymore.
oh, shout out to the mom with the comeback though. She said, "Not today, not today, Satan, not today, Nick." I'm very proud of her. 'Cause, like I
Can
would,
you
she took it to a level. She took it to a level that I would have took it to, like petty. I would take a petty too. Like you're not gonna say some shit like that and get away with it. I get it. Shout out to the mom. I get
I was
it.
like, when I read that, I was like, "Ooh, that's something Chauncey would say."
Yeah, it's because like you're not gonna get the upper hand with this one. I'm sorry. Okay,
Oh my
I'm petty. I know
The
myself. I'm like,
buffoonery.
okay,
I'm telling you, the buffoonery.
it's
Okay.
it's the buffoonery. It
um,
really is.
I had to work on Halloween last year, and this girl came in dressed as a taco. She ordered tacos, and 3 bites in, she looked at her friends and's like, "Is this cannibalism?"
She had a serious thought though. She's like, "Wait, this is not adding up." You know what? It's the self
She's
awareness
like,
for me that
"The
I
math is
love. Like
not mathing."
she's like, "That's fucking hilarious." Though she's like, "No, for real, is this cannibalism?" You know what, baby girl? It probably is. It probably you're eating yourself. You gotta
For
respect
real.
it though. I love that though. She's like, "Wait,
Oh gosh.
no,
She like, "Hold up.
this is not adding
Something's
up." Like
wrong."
that's so sad. That's so
Oh
sad.
god, okay. This one I had to pick because it's so fucking relatable to at least like Chinese people that I know. Okay.
Okay, tell
So
me.
it says, "I live in Hong Kong in a neighborhood where mainly old Chinese people have never heard of Halloween. One year, I
Okay.
remember there was a guy who didn't understand the benefits of kids getting candy. He gave us cough drops, saying they were more useful than candy." That is so, I can't even tell you how Asian that is.
Well, the thing, okay, what cough drops is he giving? This is one cough drop called Loomies or whatever. I don't know. It's Lunnel. It
Oh,
tastes
I
like
know what you're
cherry.
talking about. It tastes like, this
Yes,
is like cherry
they
candy.
yes, and my grandma used to get those, and I used to like she'll give me like a bag of those. I will just eat them like candy. So if he was getting out those, give them my way. Pass them
Get
over. Pass them
out.
over. If it's like the other ones, no thank you. But the cherry ones, everyone with a little white bag. Oh, I used to fuck them up in like 2 days. Give them to me.
You're like, "Give
Yes,
me a sore
grandpa.
throat so I can go get
Yes.
this."
Oh, I didn't even need a sorry throat. I'm like, "Mom, let's get these," and I had to put them in the cart. Oh, that's my shit. I'm gonna go find those today, actually. That's my goal. I know they still sell them at, like,
Oh my
Walgreens.
god, I can't even tell you how like Asian that is. It's just like,
I love that
God,
Asian grandpa.
that one hit home. I was like, I
I
get
love
it.
that. If he's giving out those cough drops, though, I'm at the door too, and I will dress up
You're
for
like,
those
"Sir, can
cough
I
drops.
get the second handful?"
Yeah, can I get, like, another one, please? And I'll, like, wear a costume too. I wouldn't care. I'll dress up for that one. I love those cough
You're
drops.
like, "I'll put in the effort
Yeah, I will
for the
put in the
fucking cough
effort.
drops."
I will. Oh, they're bomb as fuck. The little white bag with cherry. Everyone knows, especially if you're like from the 80s and 90s. We all know those cough drops. Like grandma always having her purse.
Facts.
Oh, the best thing ever. Ugh.
So good. Okay, last one.
Okay.
Hubby dressed as a creepy clown. Someone we never met at a party had a phobia of them. His friends told us his name and asked my husband to come by and say, "See you in your dreams, Rob." Rob
Nope. Nope.
lost
Nope.
it.
No. No. Okay. So one of my best friends, she is scared of clowns. Like she is scared, and it kind of cracks me up because I remember the episode of Rugrats with Chucky was scared of clowns. Oh, that's how
Oh
she acts. It's
shit. That was a
hilarious to
throwback
me.
reference.
Yes. Like
A clown? He's a clown? Why didn't I see it before?
yes, like she freaks the fuck out. It's comedy, and she's in her 30s now. I'm like this. You can't watch the movie It. She's like, I was like, but it was
Uh-uh.
creepy as hell. It cracks me up to this day. I would never dance to her because she'll probably beat the crap out of me. She'll beat me. And like she's taller than me, so
You
she would beat
should.
me.
I was like, that is so funny yet so fucked up.
I
Like,
will
oh
literally
my
punch
god.
you. See in my dreams, I would punch you in the throat. I have not.
Rob lost it.
No, not trying to scare me in my dreams. I got nightmares anyway. I do.
Oh my god. If I was his friend, like honestly, I'm not gonna like it's fucked up of your friends to do that, but also at the same time, like I don't know if I could help myself. I
I
mean, like if
no.
I knew this was a full-fledged fear too, where it was just like you were deathly afraid, but like if I
No.
knew you were just like scared or a little bit, God, the temptation. I'm such an asshole. The
No.
temptation. I would just be
Yeah.
like,
I'm scared of I'm scared of clones. I know that's a random thing to be scared of.
clones.
I don't fuck with clones, like AI clones and shit. I don't like that. Like I don't like that. Like that scares me. There's a show. This would
Oh,
be a show with on TV. It was on BBC, I think, with Tatiana. I forgot her name. I forgot her last name. Start with the M, and
shout out
she played like
BBC. I love it.
yeah, it was like she played like different versions, like clones versions of hers in different realities.
Oh
Oh no,
yeah.
nope,
Yeah.
don't watch it
Gosh, I remember that show. Fuck, why can't I remember the name of it?
because it's a scary show. It's a
It was
scary
actually
show.
so intriguing. I was
It was a
so
really good
intrigued by
show.
it.
No, like
But
I ain't
basically,
watching.
she was like running into her own clones.
Yeah, I ain't doing that. So yeah, I don't like the. I'm like, it took me forever to even say the word clones over the years. That's how scared I was of it. I
Oh,
don't know
why is it
why.
scared? Why is
It
does
start,
it
it
'cause,
start
like
it started off from a soap opera. I think it was General Hospital. They're trying to clone a person like General Hospital. And as a child, once first of all, I should have been
and
watching soap
General
operas.
Hospital they tackled this subject.
Yes, I was a child. I should have been watching that in the first place. I saw that. I freaked out. I think they cloned like a goat too in real life, Dolly the goat or Dolly the sheep
Yeah,
back
they
in like the
did.
90s.
They
I
did.
don't. Right there, it scared me right there. Mm-mm.
Mm-mm,
I got real
mm-mm.
fears, but like clown shit, nah. I'll never. My friend would beat me. She's taller than me. She would beat me if I brought a clown to her. Mm-mm.
It's a
Mm-mm.
thing, the temptation's there, but I don't know if I could actually do it. I would definitely think about it, but I don't think I would actually be able to do
I
it because
choose
that's like
peace.
traumatizing.
Yes, see in my dreams. Fuck out of here.
See you in your dreams.
Okay, yeah, okay, so yeah, that's scary.
Oh, so that was the happenings for us. I really, Halloween's fun, but it's also, little excuse to get a little crazy.
Yeah, it's fun though. It's fun at the end of the day.
Okay, so did you listen to the rest of the freaking
Yes,
girlfriends? Are we
I
caught
am
up?
caught up.
Are we on the same page now?
I am caught up. I am ready. I am intrigued by this because this man is quote unquote a alleged killer. Yes, I agree that he is a killer.
Okay, so what did you think about these two officers or detectives? Because they're not I mean, they're detectives, right? I think they're
Yeah, I think they're
investigators,
detectives.
detectives, or whatever. Opening
Yeah.
up this cold case. One, they sound like they have the best job in the world. I am not even gonna lie. Like, seriously, they make me reconsider. Like, I could have done cold case work. Like they're over
Well,
here
see,
freaking staying at the best like resorts,
yes,
golfing, having like 3-hour lunches with drinks and like just,
it,
poring over cold case files.
it was actually really interesting how they like. I used to watch a show called Cold Case with my mom back in like the
Oh,
2000s,
me
and
too.
like
I love
yeah,
that
it was
show.
a great show. So like hearing that, I was like, the idea that they're opening up these cases to find about this missing person because people get forgotten, which is
True.
crazy. But like that was this man has had a track record of misbehaving and he's just moving it to the flow
Right.
in different cities, different
Right.
states. Like there's no big deal, which is creepy to me. Very
I
creepy.
mean, they went and re-interviewed because they kind of walk us through like what all they have to do in reopening a cold case file. They have to go back
It's a
through and
lot.
whether they interviewed or was like people or not right when the case actually happened, they literally go through and redo everything. Like redo
Like a
everything because
different
they're like
perspective. A different perspective.
exactly. Different perspective, but also they're like some people were probably, not in their right mind or had something else going on at the time and so they didn't want to say the exact truth or maybe they
Yeah.
forgot or like whatever. And so, fast forward like 12, 15 years later, like now they're ready to freaking talk or now they're at a different place in their life where they can explain things better. So what did you what did you think about like in episode 5 when basically I would say like they went to go visit the sister, Gail's sister, and we're like, hey, I'm gonna reopen this case. And the sister was like apprehensive at first because
I
she had
get
already
why
like kind of closed it
the
off.
chapter. Like it's just I felt like it's something like you kind of like you can't really move past it because it's part of your life forever. But I get why she's apprehensive because she says I've already kind of made peace with it a little bit. That's never going to be a solved case, so I don't want to open those fresh wounds again. So I got that. But then part of me is like I will have to know. But I get like going reliving that experience. I can't imagine that doing it all over again, over and over. That's crazy to me. So
Right.
yeah, I
Well,
don't
and
know.
then having to like dig all that back up and like say it to the police or the investigators all over again would be like traumatizing in itself. Like
Oh my god,
that's a
yes.
lot. Like that's a
That's reliving
lot.
reliving this misery, this terrible thing that happened in your life to your family. It's sickening. And like your parents are not there anymore. So it's even worse. You're dealing with this by yourself. Like that's a lot.
Well, not to mention that at this time, literally Bob has started a brand new ass life,
Oh,
left Vegas
Bob
and
is in
started a
his
brand new
is it Utah? Is it Utah he's in or
Utah. Yeah,
something?
I don't know, or
It was
Wisconsin.
something. It was something that I've like in the middle of nowhere, like untraceable. I was like, look at him with a new relationship once again, a
He
new
was also
victim. I
he was
call
in,
it.
like, a small ass town in, like
Everyone loved him because he was new and a
yes.
doctor. Like he just moves
He and
very
his new wife
funny.
owned a bagel shop. They really honed in
Yes,
on being, like, the token Jews in the
yes. They
community
were
there.
they were really trying to be a whole new person, a whole different situation. But you can change your life, you can change your state, you can change your mood, you can change everything, but you're still deep down that crazy person.
The manipulative aspect of all of this is just, like, it is wild to me that he was able to
It's
keep
sick.
all this fucking straight.
Oh,
Like,
because he's not. I hate when people think, oh, he's a narcissist. No, he's a narcissist, and then like a psychopath. Like he's psychological psychopath.
so
Like there's
here's my
nothing
question
more than a
too
narcissist.
for that,
What?
since you bring that up. Literally, he was with women that made him go to counseling twice, okay?
Mhm.
And both times, different counselors pulled those women aside and said, "You need to be careful because
Yes.
he like he's not right."
Yeah, and the
It
thing is, I think he got off by going to counseling. I think some people get off by going to
really?
counseling. I read this article in undergrad because like my minor in psychology, and like it was like this people sometimes got off about going to see counselors because they felt like they felt vindicted or vendetta. It was something that I can't get the facts straight, so I don't want to quote anything. But he probably got off about going to counseling. But if your therapist, if your person tells you stay away from this person, they have and the two different people, I'm sorry. That's a big deal to me. I would take
Well,
that very,
oh,
very
I
yes,
I would
very
be creeped the
seriously.
fuck out. I would
I'm like,
definitely move
"Got
out
to
the
go,
house, that's for sure. Well,
get my
and on
belongings
top of that
together."
too, right? I was like, on top of that, when they reopened this case from a cold case, um, they interviewed his first therapist that they went to with Gail's therapist or whatever.
Yes.
And the therapist was like, "Oh, fuck yeah. He killed her. Absolutely.
Yes.
This case has been on my mind for 10 plus years because I
And that
couldn't
tells
prove
you
it, but he killed her."
you your therapist know more about you than you do. Like they know things. So if two separate therapists, first of all, one therapist tell me to leave this man, I'm gonna leave no matter what. I don't care. Like, they saw crazy. They saw something crazy I didn't see even more. Okay, so I'm leaving. But I did two separate people from two different separate lifestyles said this man is not right. You don't have to tell me twice. And
The fact that
your gut told you.
literally I'm like, you are in therapy because you are having issues and you've had like literally, I mean, I could not even imagine being that therapist, like, and sitting across from this person and being like, "Oh my god, like my patient is in fucking danger."
Yes,
Like,
like
oh my god. And then my patient fucking disappears off the face of the earth. And I'm
yeah.
like, he
So
fucking did it. He did it. I know he did it. I can't prove it, but I know he fucking did it.
he's I man's not. He's literally a psychopath. There's no narcissist.
Oh,
He's a mix of everything. He's psychopath. He's a
so
psychopath. Like
I mean, last time we talked about there being a torso that was washed up on the shores, right? Right? We talked about that, right?
He's a surgeon. Remember, he could do that.
I know, right? But in episode 6, we find out that torso is not hers. Girl,
But
tell me
whose
how
torso
I'm
is it?
standing. That was my question. So whose
Was
motherfucking
he a
torso
part of
is
that?
it?
Well, my question was he a part of that too? You
Well,
can't trust
and
Bob.
they also found out that when he said that he had gone to his nephew's birthday, right? He actually made a stop beforehand because, okay, remember, he's a fucking pilot. He made a stop at the airport, freaking flew somewhere, flew back,
Drop
then
off
went to his
something. He dropped off that
nephew's
body.
birthday. Girl.
He dropped off the body. He's a true psychopath. Like, there's nothing. He's a literally like a psychopath. Like, whatever the biggest thing you could be as a crazy person, like a literally like a killer mindset. That's him. The idea that he was just moving freely around people after he did this complete crazy crime. Like, I watch a lot of Dateline. I do, and I do. I love Dateline. I watched it Friday. I watch it every week actually, and I'm just like, this man was moving very freely, like nothing, like he was not a part of like the killings of life.
Like literally zero conscience, right? I mean, he
Yeah,
showed up. They were saying like, oh, he showed up to his nephew's birthday party, was taking
fine.
pictures,
He
just
was
you would
fine.
never would fucking known. You never would have fucking known. But here's the
No,
thing: is like when they're finding all of this out when they reopened the case, they didn't find this out during the actual case. So it's like
no,
now they're piecing all this shit together, and like, tell me how freaking he's gonna have 2 women. The last woman
mm-hmm.
he talked about, Rosetta,
Rosetta.
Rosa,
I think it's Rosetta. Rose is something I can't remember. I think it's
anyways,
Rosetta.
she was literally dating him right after his wife disappeared. Like right after. Like
He's a
remember when her
sicko.
sister came to pick up the fucking shit from
Yes,
his
he's a
house or
sicko.
from their house? It was still
He's
Gail's house.
he's a sicko. Like, I watched this Dateline episode. This guy whose wife was quote unquote murdered by a burglar, and he was shot in the leg. That's a whole different story. And he got married to another woman 3 months later. And I was
See?
like,
That's
something's
what we
not.
call
And then,
foul play.
yes, that's foul play. That's called, he's hiding in plain sight. And
For
that's what Bob was doing. He was
facts.
hiding in plain sight.
Facts. And so this woman, because what was it? There was 2 women that he was dating and seeing that they
Mhm.
had found out about Gail or whatever,
Yes.
right?
Do your
He didn't
background
even
checks, ladies.
volunteer information that he had been married before.
No, do
Um,
your background check, ladies.
exactly. And they had straight up asked him, like, oh, haha, did you like kill your wife or something?
He's like, how do you wait? What do you mean by that? Like, he had to. It was like, oh no, like, why would you say that? It was like, oh, well, why? Like, wait, what? Like, it was like a really weird response, like a guilty response.
Exactly.
It was
Or
creepy,
in one of them too, he's like, when they asked, he just didn't say anything.
and that's creepy. Like, this man is. I'm sorry,
Oh,
women. We are not. I'm sorry, anyone who out there. We are not down this bad to be dealing with people like
no,
this. These are murderers.
that legit. I was like, yo,
I'd
this
rather be
is
single. I'd
wild.
rather be single and safe than with someone and murdered. I'm sorry.
Facts, facts.
I'm not trying to
Also,
die with
too, I
y'all.
just want to know whose torso that is because how the fuck?
That's a separate case we have to figure
I
out. 'Cause I
mean,
need to have a
like that
torso.
torso was buried thinking that was Gail. Like that torso
Right.
was in a coffin in the
Okay.
ground labeled Gail,
Okay.
and then they did
Why did I
DNA
Google?
tests.
Okay, so what do I
Did
have on
you
my list?
Google?
I have a list. Okay, so everyone who knows me knows I love, if you're ever texting me, if I text back quick, it's because I'm on like Wikipedia or something like that. Like, I'm on my phone looking at like crazy stuff. So I literally put in my Google Notes, look up torso on Girlfriend's podcast. So I was gonna do it before the podcast, but I got super busy. But yeah, I want to see who torso. It has to be like, kind of like
Whose
case study
torso is
about it.
it?
I haven't found it yet. I forgot to do it before the podcast. But it's my goal next week to let you know. I literally put my Google thing, look up torso, Girlfriend's podcast.
All right, girl.
I
Okay,
need to
so
know.
I come back with some information because
I
that was
will
my question.
next week.
After I found out, they were like, "That's not Gail's torso,"
Like, who the
and
fuck
like
is
obvious,
it?
I was like, "The fuck!" Like legit in
Who is
my
it?
bathroom putting on makeup, and I was like, "Woo, shit!
I was
Whose
working. I was
torso is
working.
it?"
I was literally working, and then I was like, "Wait, what?" And then someone messaged me for a question. I was like, "Ah, god damn, god damn." I put
You
it to a
take me
pause.
out of it.
I was like, I was in the middle of finding out torsos. Okay, so I was like, "Oh, hello." Like afterwards, so upset for a second. I was like, "God damn it!" I'm trying to listen to
He's
my
like, "You
podcast.
you ruining it. You're
We're in the
ruining the
mode.
story."
We're in the story, but I'm excited for next week's episode. So we're doing 7 and 8 next week.
7 and 8 next week of the Girlfriends podcast, and Chauncey's gonna come to the table with
The
information on who the
torso.
fuck this torso belongs
I
to
will
because
investigate. That's my
the
goal.
fact did not address that, they better address that because whose torso is that?
It's a
That just
spinoff
washing up
series.
on the shores,
It's gonna be a
like,
spinoff. Girlfriends Part 2, the torso.
right?
Torso.
Fucking nuts. Fucking
Oh
nuts.
god. Okay,
Okay,
so what's
so
next?
we have to talk about some pop culture things. I feel like you have to make a statement
So
because
everyone knows me. My
your
man, my
man's
man,
been
my
in the
man.
news.
My man, my man, my man. So everyone who knows me, I'm a hardcore, and I've loved Justin Timberlake since I was like 13 years old. Everyone knows that, and it's not a secret. If you look at my Instagram, you'll see I have I've loved all his music except Man in the
Devoted.
Woods.
Hopelessly
I
devoted.
hate it. I hated Man in the Woods. I thought it was like trash, but everything else, I was like I Love You, all that. I was about that. I was about that fire. There's some recent news coming out since the Britney Spears memoir, and I say memoir like that because Kris Jenner, when she did her memoir, like a memoir. I can't even say memoir right anymore. I say it like her. So Britney Spears has a memoir that comes out October 24th, and it looks like an interesting read. It looks like she goes through her life, what she's been through, the pain that she suffered, the conservatorship, all that stuff, and it looks like an interesting read. There is some tidbits that the media has taken out, particularly towards like different parts of her book, like her family, her relationship with like Colin Farrell, Justin Timberlake, and K-Fed. And yes, I call him K-Fed because that was his rap name, Kevin Fairline, back in the day. Let's not forget, kids.
That's his.
Okay,
That's him.
let's not forget K-Fed. Okay, but Justin Timberlake. And if you don't know, if you're too young to know this, Justin Timberlake and Britney dated for like 2 years in the
Iconic.
2000s. Iconic denim outfit.
It was like the new generation's Justin and Selena.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. It was back. It was just, that was it. And if you, looking back on it, it was only 2 years. But if you think about it, in our eyes, I thought it was like 4 or 5 years at the time because we were so
Facts. I
young.
really thought it was really long.
I thought it
Like a
was
lot
way
longer
longer
than that.
but it was only 2 years. And I was like, barely 2 years. And I was like, oh, really? Like, I really thought it was like 5 or 6 years. But girl, media was different back then. We thought things were lasting forever. So like, we thought things were lasting forever. So there's a lot of tidbits coming out about how they had an abortion when she was 19 because, they made a decision together not to have kids when they're so young because he wasn't ready to be a father. And, she has regrets over that because, that's who you, like, that's part of your life. And I get that. There was parts that he broke up with her over text. And parts that he cheated on her. She cheated on him, which I've been about the Ray Robinson thing about them making out in the club. I knew that from jump. Okay, I've been a fan of Ray Robinson breaking people's homes up for years. Okay, I was like, look at this. That man's interesting. That's a whole different subject right there about Ray Robinson. But so there's a lot of tidbits coming out. My man is getting dragged for things, and honestly, like, it's her story. Oh my god, it's raining outside. Sorry, like I just saw something like fall. Like, oh, shit. So it's her story, and she's totally allowed to tell her story. This is her truth, and she deserves it. She's in a conservatorship for 13 years and was judged her whole life. I remember seeing all these covers about her saying, like, she's dressing too provocative at 17, 18, 19. Her body was a main subject. So for her to take back her power, that's amazing. Now, Justin is getting dragged because the media is taking out certain parts of the book to talk about more and more. And honestly, I'm not defending anyone, but if you think about the guy you date when you're 19, they were all fuck boys. Like, if I look, the men I date now are fuck boys. To be honest with you, I don't know a
Sometimes they
good
don't
man.
even grow up.
They have not grown up. And it's sad to say, but if I wrote a memoir of my 19, 20 year old experience, the story's like a
shit show.
So what he did to her was a terrible breakup. What they had probably was not the most greatest relationship that we thought it was. But honestly, like, she's allowed to tell her truth. But at the end of the day, we all have to remember this is over 20 years ago, guys. While we bring up, like, this is 20 years ago. Like, we all had pasts that are not the best, including myself.
True.
And I think it's good she's telling her truth. I hope it heals her. I hope she moves on from, like, the pain that she's went through in her whole life, not just this part, but like everything she's been through in the past, like, recent years, because she deserves that. But honestly, people, let's harp on let's not harp on things that happened 20 years ago. Be, you know, let's just focus on her healing. But if she feels good about that, tell your truth, girl. You gotta, if that man broke your heart, tell about that man broke your heart. He broke my heart many times too. Okay. I've been broken heart by many people, but like tell your truth. Like if she is telling, if that's her truth, that's her truth.
Okay.
But yeah, it's
So
hard to see the news. It's hard to watch the news. It's hard to watch the news to see this man that I loved growing up.
so what I have to kind of say is like the media is definitely like they're feeding this clearly. Like,
Or to us
Justin,
millennials.
yeah, I mean, well, Justin has a very his team has done a really good job at keeping his image as squeaky clean.
Girl, TMZ would have ran these motherfuckers ragged back in the day. Like these
Ooh,
celebrities that we grew up
girl.
with, like these millennial celebrities that we grew up, like NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, all of them, would have been ran to the streets, to the mud. I'm
To the
sorry.
streets.
And like
Through the
they
streets.
protected him. They protected him. He was the
So
golden boy. He was. She's
he was
right.
the golden boy. I mean, his team has done a really good job at keeping that image squeaky clean. Um agree. So the basically what the media is saying is that Justin and her own team forced her to get an abortion when she didn't really want an abortion.
That's sad.
That
You should
and
retrace.
that's Justin, they were both 19, 20 or something like that, so they were both very young. But they didn't, Justin didn't want to be a father at that age, which understandable, I get it. Her team
And
probably
look at
pressured
their
her
careers.
as well.
And look at their careers at the time. If you look at the year they were 19 and 20, that was when their careers were like the careers of the time. Like that's like TRL years. And you
Yes,
think about
and
that,
so
you're like, wait, that
I mean, I understand it. I'm sure upon reflection, things should have and could have been handled differently. I think in her sharing this, it's her way of taking some of her own,
her
story and
power.
narrative back.
Yeah.
Um, do I Here's the thing is like I'm going to agree with you on the fact where it's like, we were all young, we did stupid shit, and now if we're going to look back at it through adult eyes, clearly we did fucked up shit. Clearly a lot of stuff happened. And I think that's one of these cases where it's like I don't and here's the thing is the book's not out yet. It comes out the
October
24th, I
24th.
believe. And so the
Yes.
book's not out yet. So we're doing a lot of conjecture right now. Um and I think what it is it's like we don't even know if Brittany is actually blaming anybody or if that's what the
We don't
media is
know.
actually
We don't
saying.
know. Like it could be like,
Um,
I've healed from it. They're just
she
taking little
she
experts out.
exactly. Well, and it's like she could just be like sharing the story and just being like, "That's what happened." We don't hear her further explain anything. So
No.
before we jump on this train, I'm sure Justin probably regrets the way that he handled that. He's probably like,
Oh, of
at 19
course.
and 20, that's probably not the way I should have fucking handled shit.
I
Um,
will hope the things he's done in his career with the 18, 19 with Brittany and the whole Jan Jackson thing, things he's done in his career. I hope he looks back like, man, I fucked up at that age. I hope to God, because that's called growth. I hope everyone feels that way. I hope we all get in our 30s and 40s like, that's fucked up. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have done that, you know?
Exactly. And I'm not condoning that behavior at all. I mean, like in some ways that story kind of reminds me of Marilyn Monroe, where I mean Marilyn Monroe literally they forced her to get two different abortions. They drugged her and took
I
her into
remember.
the doctors and
And
freaking forced her.
it's sad. Like looking back at those kind of stories, you're like, God damn. Like the way it's interesting to see now because like back when we were younger in the Marilyn Monroe decades, like the studios and these managers had so much more control in your narrative. And they still have control of your narrative now, like don't be wrong. But there is no way you can speak to your you can't speak for yourself back then. There's no social media. Like when we had TMZ was not out. Like if they would I think about that in the 80s. If they would have saw like Def Leppard and fucking like Rolling Stones or like New Edition on these or New Kids on the Block, oh, it been ran ragged. It been ran ragged TMZ.
Mm-mm,
Like I remember
mm-mm.
my favorite TMZ article was when Shannon Dorothy ran up on Paris Hilton at the club. I'll never forget that.
Yep.
So yeah,
Yep.
like I just feel like these so many people have your control over who you are as a person, your narrative. Like so it's good. I think writing a memoir is always good to speak your truth. I think it is true. I think it's something you have to do, especially looking back. Like she was like, Diane Sora, all these other interviews treated her so wrong. I just want her to get healthy. I want her to be happy. If this is making her happy, write her truth and write your fucking truth.
Yeah. And you know what, it is what it is. And like we said, I obviously a lot of people
But
were fuck
look,
boys when they were
look.
younger.
But
So
shout out, look, whoever did the marketing for Instinct before this memoir was in their bag, though. They were in their bag because we forgot about all this. Oh, whoever the Instinct
woo!
marketing for this was in their bag because if their team actually purposely made sure this shit came out before their memoir, that's called marketing at its finest moments. Like, I can't deny it. Like marketing, like I talk about marketing real quick, which is Elf Cosmetics was in their bag too recently. They have it's called Makeup with Makeup. It was Sheena Shea, Vanderpump Rules girl, and Katie,
Mm-hmm.
and they talk about their friendship healing while they're doing each other's makeup. And I'm telling you, marketing right there, like if marketing is like that right now, shout out to the marketing crew out there. So
That is
yeah,
lit.
like we might. I am excited to read the book or hear more about the book. I'm not. I have a lot. I got like 3 books in my arsenal right now. I got to finish first, but I do. Everyone knows I read a lot. I'm a reader, so like if I get a chance for the book, I will. But I feel like BuzzFeed's gonna give me the hot takes anyway, so I'd rather just wait till BuzzFeed. Or maybe Christmas I'll read it. I don't know. I don't know, but like I
Okay,
said,
okay. So
my
to
to
wrap
each his
up,
own.
to each their own. You know what? I'm excited. I wanna hear what else she has to say. I think she's gonna reveal a lot about herself. But also to, hopefully this does some healing for her. On to the next subject. Our one of my favorite actresses, Sophia Bush.
I love her. I've loved her since One
I
Tree
like
Hill.
I have been surprised. I did
So
not
she's
see this
dating.
coming.
Allegedly, she's dating a soccer star. I cannot remember the name right now, which I felt terrible about. I just had it in my head like a second ago. But she got a divorce from her. Sophia Bush got a divorce from her recent husband as of a couple months ago. It was a surprise because they were, anniversary like 2 weeks beforehand,
Mm.
and
I think they were
she's
married for
now
like 3 months, 6
a
months, 9
year,
months,
like a
something like that. A
year,
year?
a year. It was a
Okay.
year, yeah.
It
And
was
so like
not
she
very long.
No, but I have to give her credit because she was at the Beyonce concert, reusing her silver engagement dress for the concert. I'm like, shout out to Sophia Bush. Like she's out there saying, "I'm gonna wear
She's
my
like, "I'm
dress
about to make
again."
new memories in this dress."
Okay, and so I don't know what happened from that relationship, but now allegedly she's dating a soccer star, and I forgot their name. What's their name? Do you remember?
I
She's
forget
like
their
she,
name.
and I feel so bad for not remembering because like she's a legendary soccer star. She was also married to another soccer star, I believe, and they got divorced. So allegedly they're dating. They've been friends for years, for
Is
a
it
while.
Stephanie?
I can't think. We have to
I
Google
can't
it.
remember. You know what? We'll figure it out.
Yeah, so like allegedly she started this new relationship and it's drama because of this. Were they cheating with each other beforehand? Honestly, I don't know. I don't know. But Sophia Bush, that's my girl because she always fighting for people's rights. Like that's my Jane Fonda of this decade. She up here in the streets fighting for Black Lives Matter, fighting for APAC. She's fighting for everybody. Like she was out here when it she's one of the stars that I look at that I'm like this. You generally are not performing allyship. Like you really are about this, like trying to educate yourself and other people, which is something you rarely see actually a genuine allyship. Like they're not just doing it just to do it, like she
Mm.
is about that. Like she's purposely using her voice to do things for other people. So I saw her relationship like Pop All Queen because I remember Chad Murray did you wrong in One Tree Hill. I remember that whole scandal.
Ooh.
Chad McMurray's been a dirtbag for years. Okay, he's been a dirtbag for years. If you watch One Tree Hill, Nathan Scott was the real one. He was a chosen. Lucas was a crybaby. I watched that when I got off. Like, oh, Lucas, he's like the son they forgot. No, Nate, whoever did his character arc was in their bag in season 1. They show that man change for his woman. Chad McMurray was up there playing Peyton and then Sophia Bush's character for years. Brooklyn,
Brooke.
my girl Brooke, he's up there going back and forth, tricking these friends out, making them hate each other. He was the epitome of a fuck boy. People forget, and then he left. So word on the street was back on the TMZ years that Sophia Bush and Chad McMurray got married. I remember that. I thought, oh, they're so
Oh,
cute. They're
that's
married. They were married,
right.
and the first time I
Fuck, I
saw them
forgot
kiss,
about that.
I don't. So TRL, they were on TRL, and I saw them kiss on New Year's Eve. I'm like, oh my god, they're actually a real couple. Super cute. Because back in the day, you see your celebrities on TV dating on the show, like you want them to date in real life,
Is that
just like my show,
co-stars?
just like my show. To all the boys I ever love, they should have been together in real life. Okay, Lana and Noah. I stand on that 10 toes down. They should still be together in real life. So they got married. Chad and Sophia got married, and then less than a year, like a year later, he got caught cheating with some alleged reality star. And so we all know her name. She's she's queen actually. It cracks me up. Like she cheated in the movie House of Wax, which is a super old movie. He cheated. They got a divorce, and then Sophia dated other people. Chad Michael was ended up dating this like high school student for a while. Yes, if you watch,
It
it's a
was
TikTok video.
tragic. It was
Yes,
tragic.
and Chad Michael Murray was supposed to be bigger than he was. Like he was supposed to be a big star. He had the Ryan Felipe career, I call it. He had the Ryan Felipe career. Like Ryan Felipe was supposed to be really big. He was it back in the day. He was
Hyped
it,
him up.
and then he went down. And if you look at it, Ryan Felipe was with Reese Witherspoon, super young. They got married. Her career took off more, and he went down. And they, whatever. Chad Michael Murray was supposed to be really big. Sophia Bush ended up being bigger than him because she's like, in the streets. Like she was still working Chicago PD, which is a great show. Heather and I watch
Great
it.
show. Great show.
Yeah.
Love it.
So if she's out here with her new person, your new relationship, I need to know, what did your ex-husband do to make you get divorced? Like what happened?
Well, she switched genders. Not unless she always been back and forth and we just didn't know.
Whatever you like, girl, do what you do. But I need to know what happened in your previous relationship that you guys divorced within a year, which is not my business, but I'm curious. But Sophia Bush, if you out there with your new love, do your thing, boo boo, do your thing. But it's messy because everyone's making all these allegations, like, oh, she cheated with her husband, and then her new relationship cheated on their partner, and then
now they're together.
Yeah, and then someone was like, well, that Chad Murray cheated with Sophia Bush when he had a girlfriend at home. I don't even know that's true. I don't care. But Sophia Bush, that's my girl. I'm 10 toes down for her. That's one woman
I love Sophia Bush. I really do. I think
she's like my
smart.
She's like my Olivia Benson from SVU, like Marissa Hardy. I will fight for that woman. Okay, like that's my girl. 10 toes down. Those are my women.
Mariska she's legit
queen to me. So yeah, so I'm excited to see how the relationship develop. We don't even know it's a real relationship anyway. It's just allegedly a relationship. We don't even know. We haven't sent no pictures.
You know what? She might be one of those people who's like, let them talk. Fuck it.
Yeah, like, and I don't blame her. Like, what? There's more shit going on in the world right now than us talking about celebrities. Like, who's dating who?
For real. Like, I could totally see that. She's just like, they talking about my love life. Meanwhile, we on the verge of World War III over here.
So, like, at the end of the day, she's like, no, fuck it, and I get it. So shout out to her.
I said, keep doing it.
Keep your business. Keep your business at home. So I like that. I like whatever she likes. I like it too.
I love it too. Yeah. All right. Yeah. You know what? As always, thank you so much for listening. Catch us in the threads with the conversations at So She Slays. Follow us on all the socials at So She Slays. And until next time, we'll catch you later. Have a good Halloween.
Happy Halloween. Be safe.